Us brand power and the impact of change, I spoke with media expert Harold Mitchell, who was surprised to hear what the ABC might have been planning.
Lisa, very surprised. There are certain things which become part of what an organisation, a product or a service is all about, and you change them very carefully. In modern times, usually a change is done over time. Nothing wrong with modernising, being a little different to what it used to be. But often it will happen gradually to the point where you look back and you say, oh, they changed it. This happened, it seemed overnight. And the other thing that they had there, I would call it a thing, but it's got a special name, I understand now, the wonderful curve. It had a real meaning, and it's not going to be quite dropped, I now understand, but there are some amazing things that have happened here, especially in television. We think of the 9 dots.
With Channel 9, which it created an uproar when the dots were dropped.
It did, and they're back again, of course, because it means that people can just focus on it now. I don't imagine Channel 9 went down in the ratings because of the 9 dots. That isn't the case at all. Coca-Cola did this. They changed it one time. So you're very careful about changes, and I'm not quite sure why the ABC has done this, other than to say it's to do with ABC 1, ABC 2, ABC 3.
Now, we should hasten to add that Kim Dalton has today said that it is not going to be this massive change, that the squiggle will still be there on screen. It will still be a part of the ABC, but it does raise the question about the power of brands and why they should be changed. Is there ever a time when it's a good time to change a brand?
Hardly ever, because people get used to it, they trust it. You might say it's all a bit old-fashioned, but it's what you knew and you trusted. Now, new people come along, but they'll grow up trusting the same thing. The ABC had another story here where ABC News at 7:45 in the morning, radio news, was always introduced with a theme probably since the 30s, the same theme. That was dropped more than a decade ago for just a short time to a much more modern music sting. It's back there again, as we know, the famous ABC News theme. It's what people know. I think Mr Dalton's probably got a bit of explaining to do here, because I can see the rational part of it, but there's a very emotional part tied up in how we love brands and what they are. And the ABC people, quite rightly, think it's their ABC. And I'm not quite sure that they all want it changed.
Well, there must be an upside, though, to changing a brand at times.
Oh, there is. Usually, if the brand is on the nose a bit and you want people to forget about it, but that's hardly the ABC.
So when it's working, keep it.
The ABC's having a wonderful time. They're doing tremendously well. Now, I know the big push is into the new modern digital age, and this is what they want to do. But I have a feeling there'll be a bit of a reaction here.
Harold Mitchell, thanks very much.